Hey YouTube, this is Donnie D coming at you again. Want to show you guys how the week went. I received my dividend the other day from the QQQY, just like I was telling you guys. I was using my margin and I had bought about 114 extra shares. And so the dividend I got was about $1,001. And then you see what happened here. I used some of that money to pay a little bit of my margin back down. I put some money into my personal account, and then I had also moved some money around. I had sold most of my YYY stock because it was down a little bit, and in December is the time most people do their tax harvesting. And that way, you know, any losses that I receive, I can take that out of any dividends and windfalls I have during the year on my taxes. And so, if you see what happened here in the early wee hours of the morning here, I was right here at 14,401. And then when all the brokerages opened up, everybody pulled their money from the Coney stock. And I can show you that here. I had about 100. I think I bought a couple more today, but a little over 140 some odd shares. And then if I open it up here, I don't know if I can show it to you. See right there. So that most of that loss on my main account came from the fact that in early hours of the morning, all the major brokerages pulled some money back out of there, and that dropped it like $3 or almost $4. But sometimes, that's to be expected when it comes to these covered call ETFs and a lot of ETFs with a high yield. A lot of those brokerages, they actually don't want to receive the payouts. They just want to receive the growth, the growth, and then you know, pass that on to in mutual funds and things like that. They can just continue the growth year after year. But when they get those dividends, they don't want to do that. They don't want to pass on a qualified dividend that you would have to pay taxes on. So that's one thing that happened today, but I was really happy with that yield and the payout. It kind of put me close to back to where I was at until the next one, Coney, dropped again today. So that was that. I did want to show you here, um, when you're dealing with margin. Um, well, firstly, I want to show you here the dividends in the history here. So as you can see, the first of this month, I had my dividend from, I need to get into nothing but dividends. So the first dividend this month was that QQQY, and that was $1,001.61. And then certainly I have some of the other ones already queued up for this month. But then that Yield Max reported all their ETFs, and a lot of them are around 30 cents a share, 50 cents a share. But the Coney came out, was well over $2, and I want to say close to $2.40-50 a share. And I got 150 shares or something like that. So I'm looking to hopefully get, around 320, 325 as a dividend payout this month for that one alone. Plus I got some yield max for Apple and for the ARC fund. So when those show up, I'll definitely show you guys that. I did want to give you guys a little information about how the margin is working. So if you hit your buying power when you're on Robinhood, certainly right now I have no brokerage cash in the account, and that's because I took and readjusted my margin. When you're looking at the margin total here, that's the amount you're borrowing. When you're looking at the margin used, that's the amount you have of the borrowed brokeraged out. And then the total at the bottom would be any unused money that's back in your brokerage account. So if you update your borrowing limit, that's how you adjust the amount. And so if you see right under the zeros here, the total margin that I could use is now after that payment this week, because last week it was at 18,890, something like that. Well, now this week it's at 19,620. And so if I wanted to, I can readjust up and use that extra, $1,000, 600, whatever the amount was, and use that money for any stock I want to hold, especially like I've been doing to receive a higher dividend. So another thing is, you can tell it to remove your borrowing limit altogether, but it won't do anything unless I sell all the borrowed stock and put that, 18,000 amount. Where was it? So if I put that 18,801.18 amount into my brokerage cash, or my, with my total being that amount, then I can hit the borrowing limit and tell it, I want to, adjust it down to zero. And then your brokerage of cash would be zero. Your margin would be zero, and you wouldn't be borrowing anything. So you can also deposit money in there if you want to change your borrowing limit. Use your own money to adjust it down and pay back that way. But just like I was saying, Ikata, one of the guys I watch on YouTube who uses margin in his E-Trade account, he basically, continues, he only uses about 20% of his margin, but he has a very large account, larger than what I have. And so, he lets his dividends basically, uh, you know, service the margin for him. So, as long as he's in good stocks with good yield and good growth, he doesn't get a margin call, and he continues to have a really high borrowing limit. And then he also has, a lot of dividends that he can use when it comes down to saying, hey, I want to borrow money from a bank. Well, that's some proof that he has, brokerage, well, not brokerage, but, you know, securities with dividends that he can say, right now I'm on average receiving this amount. So I just wanted to show that to you guys and let you know that's one thing that I'm doing right now. I did like that payout, and I expect another nice payout from the Coney. I just didn't want to do anything with moving the money right now because the QQQY, just like I had said with the other one with Coney, uh, last week when I got it, as you see right here, and I don't think that's the one. Let's go out a month right there. So when I had got it, it was at $18.50. And then right before the ex-dividend date, all the fund managers and brokerage houses dumped the stock, and that dumped it down to, $17.50. So as you can do the math, when you have 1,000 shares, that's a good amount of money. But like I said, I wasn't worried about it. It's bouncing back a little bit. I'll just continue to hold and let the dividend service the margin, because certainly, like I said, after a while, I don't know, maybe within a year, year and a half, the margin will be serviced and it'll all be profit. So yeah, another thing, funny thing that happened that I want to tell you guys, I was watching CNBC, and they were talking about how Hard Rock has I don't know if they have a monopoly on online gaming in Florida now, but they were at in Hollywood, Florida, at a casino, and the lady on CNBC was beside the crap table talking, and they had Fat Joe and Ja Rule right there, and they had Rick Ross was walking around in the casino, and it was funny because I guess Ja Rule must have hit him a good win on the crap table, because this guy turned around, started dancing, and then told the announcer, "Yeah, you can make good money off of here." Then they had Dwayne Wade, and he was there, and they were asking him how he felt about the new online gaming, and he was talking about how some of the money goes to the community in Florida now. But they asked him, what he thinks about craps, and he's like, "Oh, I don't like losing money." So I thought that was funny because I love craps. I'll go down here to Columbus in Ohio and get on the crap table and do my thing. But you got to have a game plan. You can't just willy nilly blindly throw money at the table. And certainly the best bet on a crap table is the field numbers. In general, the field numbers are about 50-50 chance. And if you hit snake eyes, if you hit 12, they pay double. So just remember that if you're out there doing some gambling in the crap table. I do like the roulette too, because roulette gives you the 1 and 3 bets with the high, low, mids, or they also have 50-50 when it comes to high or low, or even odd, or the red, betting on red, or betting on black. So I thought that was funny. I get off of work, I watch CNBC every day almost, just to see what the guy Adami and all those guys talk about on the stock trades and what their final calls are. So yeah, I thought that was something funny I'd share with you guys. So if you like the content I'm putting on, just like and subscribe and tune in, and I'll keep you abreast of how the margin is working out for me. Continue to push a majority of the dividends into some of the other high yielding covered call ETFs. Again, like I said, I'm going to continue to build those up, but I want to push a small amount to stocks like the TSLX, which is Sixth Street Capital, the Spider Fund Managers, and to SDIV, which is national and international stocks, and then DIVO, which is the Invesco, basically the amplify. I want to say amplify. Let me look at that again. Which is basically the where is it at? Yeah, amplify cover call ETF. Doesn't have a very very high dividend, even though they're doing cover calls, but over time it's had a very stable move. Actually, that dividend's a lot higher right now at 2.32, but that doesn't factor in the covered calls that they make. But if you look at it over time, let's take a look at it year to date. Kind of moving sideways. If you look at it over 5 years, it's been going up, and it's been holding itself even through the COVID time. You see that drop, but that's one of my main, going to be my main holdings that I want to put a majority of my money into, so that when it's come to time to retire, that's going to be a dividend that I could feel is a safe dividend to receive every month. So yeah, if you like the content, like and subscribe, hit the notifications. I'll keep you abreast of, like I said, all the ways I'm using the margin. And share this with any of your friends if you find value out of it. And Again, this is not financial advice. I'm not a CPA. I'm not a tax accountant. If you need information like that, I would say go find one in your area. And yeah, I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace out.